I'm gonna press it. Ah! Okay.
Okay, go live.
Okay, it's up, it's up. I'm gonna fix,
Okay, hey guys, hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode, the premiere of the Crossing Chat podcast. I'm Crossing Channel Ben, and with me I have Rosie. And yeah, this is the very first episode of our podcast that we wanted to do. We've been planning this for quite a while, much poor planning on our part, to be honest, but we're here to test the waters, and see how this podcast is going to go. Of course, we asked you guys, since we're quite a new podcast, we don't have a big following yet. Share us with your friends. If your friends like Animal Crossing, be sure to share us out. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, Rosie, would you like to say anything about the inauguration of this podcast? Yeah, of course. So if you're watching the replay of this on our channel, we do all of these live. We're aiming to go live every Friday, but we'll make sure we premiere the streams in advance so you guys know exactly when and you can have notifications on and that. So you won't miss out on it, thankfully. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, this is mainly an Animal Crossing themed podcast. We've got some good things to talk about today, and in future podcast episodes, we do plan on having guests as well.
Oh, I just realized, Ben, my mic was muted on stream.
Oh dear, so you've been muted this whole time.
Yeah, they were like, Rosie really said nope. Because when you asked me a question, I said nothing. But hi chat, I just said, how is the sound? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Like, what is it? I'm sorry, guys.
Oh lord.
I'm big noob, and I've been tasked with the IT side of this stuff, and that's not my strong suit.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Be honest, but
You can say that again, Chief. I tell you what, for the purpose of the actual video, should we do that again? I think we should.
Okay.
Just because it's our first episode.
Okay, wait.
Right, well...
Do a rewind noise.
There we go. Hang on. Yeah, we're not super prepared, guys. But to be honest with you, we're just not super prepared.
Ben's a little quiet. I'll turn him up.
Okay. Turn me up.
He's at 90%.
Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna do our intro again, guys, for you. So this, of course, is for the purpose of the videos. Hey guys, and welcome to the Crossing Chat podcast. This is our very first episode. My name is Crossing Channel, but you can call me Ben. I am joined today by Rosie Horizons. Say something, Rosie. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Rosie.
So this is the very start of our Animal Crossing podcast. Of course, we're a very new podcast, so I ask you guys to share us, let your friends know if they like Animal Crossing, then of course let them know about our podcast. We plan on doing episodes hopefully every Friday, but if there is a change of plans, we do anticipate, putting up the stream in advance so you guys know exactly when it's going to go live, if you've got notifications and such. So Rosie, why don't you give them a little rundown of what we're going to be actually going over throughout this podcast, not just this episode, of course, but like in general, what we plan to do with it.
Okay, well, damn, guys, don't we have a treat for you with this? So we'll be talking about what is kind of going on with AC and the game, and like what we might see in like updates and stuff like that, or like different seasons, or like kind of fun stuff. And then we probably will have like little mini games like in the stream every week. So this week me and Ben are gonna pick out our favorite like Halloween villages, and you guys can pick spooky villages, and you guys can pick which person has basically got the better taste. And then a little bit of a chat Q&A, so you guys can ask us some stuff if you wanna know anything about AC or us for whatever reason. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes we're gonna have a fun guest, I think, which is
Yeah.
gonna be pretty cool.
Well, I think both of us know a decent amount of people in the Animal Crossing community, so who knows who could end up on this podcast as a special guest in the future. Of course, with this very first episode, we're keeping it very chill, very casual. We're sort of feeling things out, getting our audience's reaction and seeing how it goes, but it's exciting. It's definitely really exciting. So I think now that we've sort of introduced the podcast, maybe we should actually get into the Animal Crossing talk, of course, because as everyone knows, in Animal Crossing right now, it's a very special time, an incredibly special time, the spookiest time of the year, and Halloween is about to begin tomorrow. May have already begun for some of you if you're in Asia or Australia. So,
Damn.
Rosie,
that
what are
was
your
some
plans?
inclusivity there, Ben. I love that.
What are your plans for Halloween? That's what I'm very interested in.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Well, so actually this week we've been doing quite a lot of Halloween-y stuff in my streams already. So we've been having some Halloween themed runways and doing like little fashion contests, and it's been super, super fun. I think everyone's enjoyed that. But I think we're gonna have the finale of that. That's gonna be on Halloween, which is tomorrow. Where all the best like costume artists or whatever you want to call them come together, and yeah, we pick a grand winner. So I'm very excited.
Spooky.
And I might do some like trick-or-treating on my island, because I think we can give villagers candy, right, for gifts or something.
Yeah, you can do that. Suppose you could give them to people as well if you wanted, and they can gobble them up, like a Christmas turkey.
Oh yeah, gobble gobble.
Is it a Christmas turkey or is it a Thanksgiving turkey? I think it's a Thanksgiving turkey.
I've heard Christmas turkey. I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this. What about
Yeah,
you?
I don't know.
What are you doing for Halloween?
Well, like you, I've done some Halloween-y stuff on stream. I visited some creepy islands. I made a video a few days ago about costumes that people submitted to me. So not really like a competition, but just showcasing some cool Halloween costumes, which was a lot of fun. And pretty much, I would say what I'm going to be doing later tonight is I'm actually going to be streaming Halloween, because tomorrow on Halloween Day, I'm actually really busy. So no chance for me to play the game on Halloween Day. But you know what? I'm taking today as my spooky day for Animal Crossing. I gotten into the proper mood of it today. I want to go and scare my villagers and traumatize them for life.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, if you can't traumatize your villagers, you're not playing the game correctly. That's my motto,
Yeah, no. I don't speak to mine at all, so it's going to be interesting to see their first like encounter with me being on Halloween.
I mean, that'll probably be the scariest thing for them, they rock up and they just see you, and that's without a costume on.
That's not very nice.
Well, the facts have to be stated here on the stream. But I want to ask you now, do you think Nintendo has done a good job of handling Halloween in this game?
Kinda yes, kinda no. I feel like there's not enough variety of costumes that they've released. Like, I know that we already had, like, before the Halloween update, we had, like, little pig noses and, like, cat noses and stuff like that or whatever. But I think the outfits that they released, there's too many color variations. I wish that they'd done, like, less color variations and more, like, outfit choice, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I think for me, it's not so much the costumes. I mean, I've never really been too bothered about the costumes, honestly. I think the thing that I really would have liked to see more of in terms of variety would be the actual items that you put outside.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really love the pumpkin items. I think they're all really great. They're some of the better items we've gotten. But the problem is, those items, they just lack variety. They're all pumpkin. Like, everything's pumpkin themed. It would be good if instead of that, they could have done like maybe some spooky coffins, yeah,
that would have been cool.
Because they did have a lot of like spooky, it was called the spooky set, wasn't it, in New Leaf or whatever, and that had some stuff like that, but they seem to have taken that out of this game. And given the fact they've taken it out, it kind of makes me feel like those items probably won't ever be coming back. So that's an interesting point, actually. And of course, we don't have Jack's traditional furniture either, which probably isn't too missed for me, because I mostly want outdoor furniture, I think, but
Yeah, same with me.
it's still pretty iconic. So, you know,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think they should have done like they've got the pumpkin stuff, but I think they should have done spooky, like a spooky set as
yeah,
well. Cause you got the spooky fence, like that kind of vibe, you know, like
yeah,
the
definitely.
iron stuff. That'd be so sweet. But
I would say that spooky fence is probably the most unique out of all of the items because of course it has the pumpkin design, but it's not like orange or anything like that.
yeah,
So I'm definitely pleased they put that in, even though I haven't used it to be honest with you, because it's just a hassle for me to redo all my fences, but I still really like it, you know, and that's the thing I'll give them kudos for. Pleased, I'm very pleased that they have kind of added quite a few items in. It's just like we said, the variety could be better with these ones.
yeah, it's just like a lot of color variation. I feel like they're kind of okay, not in a mean way, but useless. I feel like they could have utilized the other NPCs. You know, is it Label?
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
what is she, a hedgehog? I feel like she could have come and like judged your Halloween costume or something like that. Like, how cute would that have been?
Yeah, that would have been really cute.
I don't know why
But
they didn't do that.
here's the thing, this is Nintendo we're talking about. If they can reel the money out of us for very little effort, they'll do it.
Wait, maybe she's like blocked behind a payment wall. We have to pay
Yeah.
like £10 if we wanna.
Okay, I feel like I'm being too harsh to Nintendo there. Of course, Nintendo for me and probably for you as well is like our favorite. So,
Yeah,
but you
no,
know,
I do love Nintendo.
of course, we always want more with Animal Crossing because it's our favorite game,
Yeah.
and you know, that's what we love. That's what we love. We love to see the growth with Animal Crossing.
Oh, I tell you
So,
what I would have liked as well is more like customization of the Halloween items. Like the
hmm,
the pumpkins. Like I know you can customize them with the actual like colored pumpkins or whatever, but that's still quite limited compared to the other items. Because you can do like 5 or 6 on some things. And you only get
yeah,
3 options. Well, yeah, you get the standard, which is orange, and then 2 extra options, right? Or
it's
is it
free
3
extra
options? Oh, 3
options.
extra options. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still quite limited, I think.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think as well, what's interesting about these pumpkin items is it's an example where the the main change is the color and not necessarily the style. With a lot of items that you can customize in this game, it will change the actual style of the item. So, for example, if you've got a rock, maybe you can customize that to be more mossy, and it kind of works well because it can really change the dynamic of the item,
The
you know?
vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas with the pumpkins, I do really like the fact you can customize the different colors. I think that makes sense. But it
Yeah.
would have been nice if maybe you could have. So if you customize a pumpkin to be green, it becomes a bit smaller. Maybe if you customize it to be white, it gets spikes on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I don't know about you as well. Have you ever been pumpkin picking?
No, I haven't.
So basically, you go to this big old field and there's just tons of pumpkins everywhere. And honestly, most of these dudes are really deformed. They're so deformed and messed up looking, and it's amazing. You know, they've got so much character and variety. And then for me personally, I like to pick out like the really like ugly ones because
I would too, because I'd feel bad for them. I'd be like, no one else
exactly,
wants them.
exactly, that's exactly how I feel. So I like to pick out the ugly ones and bring them home, you know, give them a bit of love. And that's how it should be in Animal Crossing. I want to see more variety and shapes and sizes of the pumpkins. I don't want to see the same thing again and again. You know, maybe I'm asking for a bit too much here because, again, this is New Horizons. And when it comes to asking for stuff, there's like a billion different things we could ask for. But,
Yeah. We're
you know, I
greedy
think that'd
though.
be, oh, we are greedy, but you know, of course, Animal Crossing New Horizons is conflicting in that it gives us a lot of new stuff, but it also takes away from previous games. So
She giveth and she taketh.
yeah, mostly taketh, but
Yeah, mainly taketh from us, but
give us a year, and I'm sure we'll have everything that we could possibly want.
we
No,
have
of course not.
highly detailed kneecaps. So what else do we really want, to be honest? I
Yeah,
saw a comment in the chat saying that I wish we could choose the color of the pumpkin and like the faces on them, because you know the faces change like when you customize them
yeah,
sometimes. Like imagine you could, it would be more like carving an actual pumpkin, if that makes sense.
yeah. That's very true. I do think
I
that would
love
be quite
that. That'd be
that
so
would be
fun.
beneficial. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I think now that I think about it, obviously this isn't really possible on the Switch. I don't think it might be. I'm not 100% sure. But obviously on the 3DS, you could use your touch screen. Wouldn't it have been great if you could have actually used like a stylus to carve the face of a pumpkin, just like
Oh
you would
my
draw something?
god, yes, that'd be
You
so
could actually,
fun.
you could actually do that because you can draw on the bulletin board, right?
Yeah, with your finger.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I think they should have let us do that. That would have been really cool if you could have done that. That would have been really great. So definitely a lot of missed potential, but also pretty good, I would say. Of course, there was a bit of disappointment with this update because it was announced as the full update and it was mostly just like 99% Halloween,
Yeah.
um, which I know personally disappointed you a little bit, I think.
Yeah, well, as a time traveler, I already like kind of knew what was gonna happen, like with the weather changing, getting mushrooms, that
Mm,
kind of stuff. But it is very, very heavily centered around just like Halloween. And
yeah,
I feel like there's a
definitely.
lot more to fall than that. Like pumpkin spice lattes, like where is the roost, guys? We need Brewster in this
Yes,
season, but yeah.
definitely. We really do. I mean, I'm just hoping that he'll make his way into the next one, of course. But obviously, we could sit here for hours probably and speculate about what the next one's going to have. In terms of focusing on like the full side of things for what we have now, I guess there is actually quite a lot when you consider all the different items you get, like mushroom and such, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess the problem is those aren't necessarily new updates, and especially for people in the southern hemisphere, they'll actually already have those, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they don't really get much at all, which is kind of a shame. I think it would be better, to be honest, if they had included one big new feature within this, aside from farming, because obviously right now farming ties hand in hand with the whole pumpkin thing, whole Halloween thing, there's nothing else we
Yeah.
can farm
And it's
yet.
very limited. Yeah, like you said, it's very limited. We only have one thing that we can like
Mm,
farm, and you can't really do anything with that. It's just a crafting material, which is like
yeah,
nothing new. We've had that for like ever since the game came out. We know like about materials that you can use for crafting and stuff. It's
yeah, definitely. I mean, I
nothing
do think it's
new.
a really good addition.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think obviously they could have been a bit more elaborate with it. Animal Crossing isn't really an elaborate game in general. I mean, everything's quite simple to do. But I think even if maybe just you had to put a bit more care into your seeds or whatever, maybe you had
Yeah.
to, maybe you have to do something like where you have to fertilize them to grow faster, or just something to, you know, sort of develop your pumpkins a bit more, have that farming element feel a bit more elaborate rather than just put it down and kind of just leave it. Because you don't
Yeah.
even really have to water them, right? You
No,
don't.
you know, you could water them and you get like extra ones, I think. Like you get
Mm,
3 or something. But if you don't water them, then they just like grow anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Which
yeah, that's
sucks.
very true.
Like you could like they could make a whole thing out of it where you have to like rake the soil and stuff before you plant the seeds, and then like yeah, like you said, fertilize them, because you know in the is it Pocket Camp, the one on the phone? You have to
Mm,
fertilize your flowers on there, like to get them to grow and stuff.
yeah, that's true. I feel like they even added their own farming to that game, but I really am not sure because I haven't actually played Pocket Camp in such a long time. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I haven't either, but like I've seen on Instagram and stuff, people like posting the items they got for fall and stuff like that, and they're like a billion times better than New Horizon. And I'm just like, oh, so
Yeah,
sad.
definitely, definitely. I mean, I still prefer Animal Crossing New Horizons
Oh
because
yeah,
I think
same.
it's an actual game, whereas Pocket Camp is more just kind of like very, very simple mobile game,
Yeah.
traditional type mobile game with Animal Crossing assets. So, of
Mhm.
course, no hate on Pocket Camp. I do think Pocket Camp has its charms,
Yes,
but
definitely.
of course, when it comes to new updates and stuff, I'm be looking out for New Horizons. I'm not going to be really thinking about Pocket Camp, to be honest. So.
PC.
PC.
Don't care about
Okay.
PC.
You don't care about PC.
God, please stop that voice.
Right. I think we need to do our Halloween lists.
Oh my god, wait, have you done yours?
I have not.
Okay, me neither. All right, let's get up
Let's do
a
like
list.
5 or something, right?
Okay, I can do that really quick.
Does it have to be like in order or what?
Okay, so number one is your like top tier best Halloween character that is like a villager, yeah?
Okay.
And then like the others are carrying on from that. So they're not as good as the number one spot is the number one. And then the others are just like they're still really good, but they're like
Eh.
not number one. Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I personally feel like we should maybe do it where it's just like our crew, like it's just a crew of five, and then people can sort of decide which crew they prefer. You know?
Okay, that's fine.
So
Yeah.
which collection of villagers overall they prefer?
Okay, let me just get up a list of all the villagers just so I can have a quick glance over.
Yeah, I'm doing the exact same because remember them all by heart. Well done, me. Okay, let's see. This is a very tricky one, but you know, um, you know, you know.
Well, I think
I
there's
reckon we're
like
gonna
some
end up picking some of the
obvious
same
ones.
because how many?
Like I don't know.
Okay.
Can we ban Lucky? Like that cannot be one, surely,
Sure, all right.
because it's kind of too
Two on the nose.
yeah too obvious.
Okay, fair enough.
I have one in mind already before I even like looked. I just need to find. Okay, I'm just gonna make a notes thing.
Okay, so these are our spookiest villages, right?
Yes, spookiest villages. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, wait, what was that person's name? There it is. Okay. I'm not telling chat mine yet.
Well, I'm pretty much ready to say mine, actually.
Okay, you can go first then.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my list, okay?
You need a reason for each one as well.
Okay, all
Oh,
right. So this is my
jeez.
list. This is my list of spookiest villages for Animal Crossing New Horizons, if you
Okay.
guys are ready. So first of all, we have Chops. Now, Chops is absolutely one of the spookiest villages. He is dressed up like a World War One soldier. So basically, you could argue that he's a ghost and that he has come back to haunt people, which I think is really possible. You know, he has that World War One soldier look. He's also based on a Nutcracker, which is a Christmassy thing. Um, wow, I accidentally closed my list and lost all my things. Okay, whoops. I guess I have to try and remember them by heart. Okay, next one. Pappy.
Oh,
I
no, what? I love Pappy.
I don't like his name. It
What?
makes me very uncomfortable, and
Why?
because his name is Pappy. And for Halloween, I just think, you know, it's all about things that make you uncomfortable, like ghosts and the dark and like spookiness. So
Okay.
Pappy is gonna be my next one. All right, for from a third member of my crew, it's gonna be Caesar.
Oh, good one.
Okay, and listen, here's why. I'm just gonna send you his portrait. I need you to put it up on screen so that people
Oh,
can see it.
yeah, imagine I know how to do that. Right, give me a
You
second.
don't know how to put pictures up on the screen.
I think I
Oh
do. Let's
dear.
go. Oh, yeah, this is a nice picture. Why is it so small?
Well, it's
Um,
just his portrait. That's just how big it comes.
Oh, for goodness sake. I have to like open it up and save it. 1 second. See as a poster. Right. There you go, guys. Image.
Caesar poster.
That's what it's saved as. NHC is a poster. Oh god. Ben, it's so tiny. They're not going to be able to see that. There we go.
You make it bigger, you know that, right?
Yeah, I've made it bigger. Alright.
All right.
Is he our
Yeah, so
ultimate spook boy?
no, we're not gonna do it like that. He's just part of the crew.
Ugh, I want an ultimate spook.
Nah. Okay, listen, just look at that portrait. He's an utter creep. Look at that. Creepy. I don't like that. All right, in at number 4, is it?
Yep.
I'm going to pick Cobb, the pig,
Oh.
because he looks like an evil scientist, and I think he would experiment on me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now I see it. Yeah.
And for number 5, I'm gonna pick Bitty because she's just really ugly.
That's not a reason.
Well, really ugly things can be spooky, okay? So I think that's a completely valid reason to pick Bitty.
Okay. Is it my go?
Yeah, it's your go.
All right.
Get going.
So, number 1 on my list right now. I have
Okay.
Marcel because he's like a little clown, like spooky.
He's a mime.
Yeah, spooky French mime clown guy. He's cool. I like him. I think he's good for Halloween. And then I have Prince the frog because he looks like Homer Simpson, so he could go dressed as Homer Simpson for Christmas.
Wow.
I have Mira because she's already in her like Halloween outfit because she's the superhero, you know? Yeah?
Yeah,
Please agree.
fair enough, fair enough. Okay, sure, that's Halloween, I guess.
Okay, I then have one that's very 2020 relevant. Do you remember the Tiger King, the whole like hype around
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
You know Paula the bear?
Yeah, I do know Paula. I know what you're gonna say as
Yeah,
well.
Carol Baskin bear. So
Yeah.
she's ready. She's in her outfit already. And then okay, I guess this is kind of the same reason as you said for Bitty, but Moose. Because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, that is just so scary.
Moose looks like he belongs on a list somewhere, that's all I can say.
He belongs on another list as well as our
Yeah,
Halloween.
so a very different kind of list.
Yeah.
Apparently, you said that Prince could dress up as Homer for Christmas, not for Halloween.
Oh, for both.
Yeah, everyone likes to dress up for Christmas, you know? I'm gonna be going as a mistletoe this December.
No, I meant Halloween, chat. Don't be mean. But yeah.
It's an interesting list. Interesting list. Okay, so I guess we'll have to ask the people in the chat which of these lists they prefer.
I can
which
do a straw poll.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. Do a straw poll. That makes sense. So.
Give me a second. Who
I mean,
had the better list?
I don't know if I can beat Carol Baskin though. I'm a bit worried about that one. It was a bit cheeky of you to slip that in there. And Homer Simpson as well. I mean, it's just like you're going after me, going for the throat there, you know?
You're not allowed
But
to
I
vote.
did also have. I'm not allowed to vote. Okay.
No.
Are you gonna vote?
I didn't vote.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have to trust that you didn't. I guess.
I didn't, I promise. Okay.
I don't know. Could be a liar.
I'm not lying. Okay, they have the.
You're not a
the
liar.
thing.
Okay.
No. Rosie for sure. Someone said in chat.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh! Ooh, the votes are. Ben, you have one vote.
Seems very balanced and fair given the chat right now.
I have 13 votes.
That's interesting. Definitely interesting.
And you have one.
Really interesting.
Who voted for Ben? Oh no. Rosie's winning. Yes. Oh, you got 2 votes now, mate. That's nice. Alright, are you gonna just accept defeat? Because I have got
I mean,
16
I knew
votes.
I was gonna lose anyway, given the fact that, you know, pretty much most of the people in chat are from you right now. So, you know, let's admit that I won intellectually and you won
No.
the scam. You won the scam.
No,
Yeah, so-
not scam. I had
I
better
mean, you know,
reasons.
Voting fraud is rife in this economy. What was that? Did you just ring a bell?
Yes,
that was the bell.
That was the end of voting time.
Yeah, that was the end of voting time. That was the bell to let you guys know that we're on to our next segment, which is going to be our Q&A. So basically, you can ask us anything about us or the stream. And, you know, because it's our first episode, we want to answer some questions about the stream and, you know, the podcast in general and what we plan to do. So that is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So yeah, feel free to ask us anything. Until that point, I'm going to ask you a question, Rosie.
Okay.
When did you actually start playing Animal Crossing?
Okay, when?
Yes.
So, I was a wee kiddie, probably no older than... Probably no older than 9. And my father bought me a R4 chip. You know what that is?
Yeah, sure. I know what that is.
Basically I had a DS and you have these like chips and they have like an SD card that pops out and you can just like download any game you want essentially.
Uh-oh.
Yes. But I was a wee kitty. I did not know any better. And I have always loved animals. So I typed in on the site where I can download games, animals, and Animal Crossing came up. And I was like, all right, let's download this. And I did. And it was, is it, what's the one on,
Wild World.
no, not 3DS.
That is,
Oh, is
the
it
DS
Wild
is
World?
Wild World.
There you go, that's the one. And it was Wild World. And then I played it legitimately because I didn't know anything about like time traveling or anything because I was a baby. And yeah,
Okay.
I loved it. What about you? When did you start playing?
Well, it was actually a little bit later. It was my first game was Animal Crossing New Leaf, actually.
Oh, fake fan.
No, real fan. Back in 2013, I think. So that was my first game. And I played it very, very much, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, that's basically it.
Why did you play it though? Like what made you want to play it?
Well, my friends were all playing it. Like everyone I knew was playing it. I didn't want to be left out. You know, like when like a new game comes out and everyone just like jumps onto it and all your friends are playing it and you're like, well, I gotta play it or I'll be on my own.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those, but I actually really enjoyed it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it
no.
wasn't just like one of those kind of like fad games to me. It was like, you know, a long-lasting love. So
Yeah, definitely. And then when they released the update, oh my god, so good.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so Beth Sykes asked us, roughly how long is each episode?
Go on, Ben.
Okay, I guess I'll be answering that question. We plan on doing each episode for about an hour. That's going to be about the time. And then once it's done, you'll be able to listen to it anytime you want on the actual channel. So, of course, some of you will probably actually be listening to this for the first time as a replay on the channel. You can find them there and you can watch them there and leave comments and stuff. So, yeah, there'll be about an hour each, which is a lot of fun.
Do you want me to pick the next question?
Yeah, pick the next question.
Okay. When did you start your YouTube channel? Says Tansy.
Okay, I guess I'll answer first this time.
Yeah.
I started my channel back in 2013, and I made a few videos for New Leaf back then, but I didn't do it actively. I only started doing it actively September. I want to say September of 2019.
Yeah.
So, but I was making a few videos before then, but like in terms of like doing it every other day like I do now, it was September. So yeah, pretty much the two dates would be 2013 and September of 2019 I would go for.
Yeah, mine was, oh god, I don't even know. This is probably like my 3rd month on YouTube now.
Oh, wow.
So whatever that is. I don't know, what month are we in? September? October? October. What's 3 months back from now, Ben?
August? July?
Yeah, probably July. Let's say July. Around that time.
Yeah, it would be July.
Alright, you get the next
Okay.
question.
Carolyn says, what guests do you plan on having? Can you give us some clues? We don't entirely know. We talked a little bit about what kinds of guests we could have. We did mention some names. I think it'd be better if we just left that as a surprise, to be honest, because then it'll be more exciting when it gets announced. I think obviously Animal Crossing people, definitely Animal Crossing people, so people who are in the Animal Crossing community, not necessarily just YouTubers, but people who have some kind of involvement in the, you know, Animal Crossing community and are quite like well known and would have something interesting to talk about. And yeah, so we definitely plan on having that guest segment somewhere throughout the podcast, which will be a lot of fun. Of course, we may not be able to get guests for every single one, but we'll definitely try our best, and you know, I'm sure we'll find some interesting guests.
Yeah, obviously time zones are like a bit annoying if we're gonna be with people who are overseas for whatever reason. But yeah, we will do our best to try and get someone.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a a potential worry, but you know what? The potential, I should say, is limitless and it's wild. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of fun guests on here. I am very excited for it.
It's wild world, you might say.
Yeah, very true. All right, you want to pick the next question?
Yeah, what's your least favorite special character from New Horizons at the moment? That's from Freya.
Ooh, probably Harvey. I never really see him. He doesn't really do
Ooh.
anything.
Yeah.
He's very useless. So I'm gonna pick Harvey. You know, the concept of his photo thing, I think could have been a lot better realized, but sadly it wasn't. So yeah.
Yeah, it would be dope if you could like go to his island, take pictures, and then like have them as printouts, as like little Polaroids that you can like stick up or something. That'd be so cool, but yep. Guess not.
Sadly, they missed out on that.
Yeah. For me, I think okay, if I wasn't gonna pick Harvey because you picked Harvey, I'd
Yeah.
say probably is it label that
Okay.
one, the hedgehog,
Oh,
because I hate the clothes she gives you.
uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I do not like that range at all. They need to bring back Grace, the giraffe thing, and get the fashion from there because yeah.
That is very true. I do actually miss Gracie a whole lot. Gracie is definitely one of the most iconic characters in the series. Where is
Yes.
she at? What's she doing, you know?
I don't know. I always used to like save up on City Folk and go and like visit her like once every like month when I'd have enough bells to buy like a tiny stool or something from the shop.
Knowing
so
you, I'm
expensive.
surprised that you didn't cheat for the bells.
No, I did not know how to, but I probably would have if I knew how to on the Wii.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right.
Your
Oh,
question, Ben.
sorry, I got something stuck in my throat there.
Oh.
Really interesting. Just having some orange juice, but I was having orange juice with the bits in it, you know, the pulp, so
Oh, why'd you call it pulp? That's disgusting.
that's the name of it.
I know, but it sounds gross. Don't call it that. Just say bits.
Bits sounds worse to me.
No, bits and bobs.
Okay, Honey said, who approached who about the formation of the channel? I think it was me, right?
Yeah, was you?
Okay, so I guess I did. A few weeks ago now. We were actually planning on doing it last weekend, but we didn't really have the time to last weekend. We both had quite a busy week and, you know, all kinds of different things. Like trying to arrange this kind of thing with someone is really hard. It's easier for me and Rosie because we live in the same time zone,
Mm-hmm.
but just in general, even organizing anything is difficult. You know, we weren't exactly super prepared for this episode, even, you know? Yeah, literally, we prepared a lot of it very, very soon before it actually happened. So I'm sure the next one will probably be a bit more like professional, quote unquote. Obviously we
Yeah.
don't want it to be like boring professional. It's never going to be like that. But in terms of our quality and stuff like that, we're going to be using this premiere episode. It's almost like a pilot episode, you know, where you get a TV show and they have a pilot that's just like the tone is kind of weird, but then like throughout the first series, like everything just fits in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you might not be able to have a Caesar poster on the screen for like 50% of the stream next time. So
Yeah, definitely. Did you take that off?
no, it's still there. Just watching
Might
chat.
as well just keep it, you
Yeah,
know?
just
Yeah,
gonna
let
keep
them
it
know.
now. I had to move it once, but that's about it. Is it my turn to pick a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Vanessa says, "What kind of topics can we look forward to hearing about?"
Well, I'm going to direct that question to you.
I'm gonna direct it back to you, Ben. No, I'm joking. I don't know. So obviously, if like any announcement or like any update is announced, we'll definitely be going over that, I guess, in a lot of detail. And then if anything like in the community happens, so like I guess any like weird glitches and stuff that people find, like you know when people found out how to put like the trees on the corner and stuff like that. Like we could talk about stuff like that, and go over bits and bobs. Yeah, and then if we have a guest, obviously we'll have questions set out for them. Maybe a little game we can play with them, similar to something like we did today. Just a bit like that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I sort of imagine that we will be sort of talking about the past week of
Yeah.
like Animal Crossing like news or whatever it is. Obviously, most weeks there isn't any major news, but let's say there's something in the community like, oh, Animal Crossing fans voted for the most popular villager or something like that, you know? We'll be
Yeah.
going over all kinds of fun Animal Crossing stuff. So you can basically look forward to like a variety of different topics, which will be very fun, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you want to pick the next question, or is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. Right. Let me pick the next one. Hmm. It's very tricky. Anything you'd love to see in future updates? That's a good question. That was by Robert. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely answer that one. Um, Anyone who knows me knows I love Brewster immensely. So the main thing I actually want to see is the Roost. I also want to see an expansion of basically an expansion of like features. So like I'd like farming to be expanded upon, which I definitely
Yes.
think is really possible, as we talked about earlier.
Hmm.
And but yeah, the main one is the Roost. That's the future feature I want to see. What about you, Rosie?
I'm with you on both those things. Definitely the Roost. I am like in real life a massive coffee lover. Oh my god. I love coffee so much, and I need my virtual coffee, not just my real life coffee anymore. So yeah, I want the Roost so bad. And it would be interesting to see what they do with it as well. Um, like what powers I guess the coffee would give you, or maybe you could like craft something differently if you had the coffee. I don't know. Um, so
Yeah,
that'd be
that's very,
cool.
very true.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then again, yeah, more farming. I want carrots, dude. That's and potatoes. That's all I want.
Are
Just
you a horse?
no, I'm not a horse, but I just want some cute little farming. Like I don't know. I need to fulfill my cottagecore fantasies with carrots and potatoes, basically. I don't
I
know
mean,
what else.
honestly, you could do so much with potatoes in this game. Imagine you could make like chips for your villagers.
Oh my god, yes. Make them fish and chips.
Where are you gonna get? Whoa, I was gonna say where are you gonna get the fish from? Like I totally forgot that you go fishing in this
Yeah,
game.
you can go like fish for them. Oh my god, it'd be so cute. Yeah, I'd love that. I think that'd be really fun. Being able to cook for your villagers. And like that would affect your kind of like relationship with them. So maybe
Oh
have you ever played
yeah,
Tamagotchi Life?
yeah, I have actually quite a lot.
So like, you know, when you like feed them and they don't like something, they're like, ugh, and then they're like sad.
Yeah,
Like same with that. Like you have to find out what your villagers like to eat, and you have to cook them the right food to make them happy and be your friend. Otherwise, they, you know, cranky with you or whatever.
yeah. They actually did have something like that in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp where you could get these special treats from Gulliver,
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
that would increase your friendship with your villagers. And I
Hmm.
think that'd be really good because at the moment there's no like, well, there's a few short kind of like good ways to get photos from villagers and stuff. But I think it'd be nice if there was an even surefire way to get them. You know, like you give this baked potato to, I don't know, Stitches, and his friendship is going to go up with you so high that it is going to be amazing. And he's much more likely at that point to give you his photograph or maybe even something else that could be kind of rare and interesting to get from them, you know? I'm sure there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, like they could even teach you like rare recipes or something for food. They could be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is the recipe that my grandfather used to make," and then they give it to you. It's like an apple pie. I don't know,
So
like,
that's
oh, it's so cute.
that's where Walt Senior comes from.
Yes. Yeah, his Walt Seniors. Oh god, what does he cook?
Wart pie.
Oh, bleh. Disgusting. No.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna be rounding down our podcast now. Of course, this is our premiere episode, so it won't be as long as the usual ones we'll be doing. We usually aim to do them for about an hour, but this is our sort of premiere, so we're still getting used to things. And of course, we didn't have a guest today, so we had to fill a lot of the time. Um, but it's been a lot of fun, and we've really enjoyed doing it. Rosie, do you have anything to say?
Um, thank you, chat, for coming. I really appreciate everybody who came. I know that there's probably not as many people as there will be in the future here, but for the people who came to the premiere, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I think Ben does too. And yeah, thank you for coming. Love you all so much.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of fun. As I said earlier, the stream will go live like the replay of the stream will go live on the channel. So when that goes up, make sure to drop a comment and share it with your friends as well, like I mentioned earlier, so more people can get the word about the Crossing Chat podcast. So the next stream hopefully should be next Friday, I believe.
Yes.
We should be doing one next Friday, so keep an eye out for that. We'll set up the premiere for that in the future so you guys can get notified about when it's going live. And yeah, like we said, we appreciate all of you guys coming. So that's pretty much me done.
Yeah, that's me done as well. Bye, chat. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. And we